Do you remember in kindergarten how you'd meet a kid and know nothing about them, then 10 seconds later you're playing with them like your best friends because you didn't have to be anything but yourself? Singing with you felt like that. This is a quote from Gabriella Montez de Troy Bolton. Now, here at Apple Valley, we don't break into song whenever we need to share our feelings, but some schools do. Kind of. Schools like East High from High School Musical do. Now, some of you are probably thinking, High School Musical is old news, it's so babyish, and I can't blame you. The first came out when we were only in 2nd grade. But I'm here to tell you some things you probably don't know about these movies. High School Musical is a well-admired trilogy, and they have some astonishing construction that most people are not aware of. This can be discovered through the inspiration, the making of, and the success of the movies. The inspiration for High School Musical 1 is loosely based on Romeo and Juliet, Segredo in his article 2000s TV and Radio. And I agree, it's like the typical love story. The two people who are supposed to fall in love, and everyone tries to keep them apart. All 3 movies are kind of based out of Greece. In the article A Caps Up for High School Musical 3, the author talks about how the song The Boys Are Back from the 3rd movie could be directly taken out of the movie Grease. But Chucky, one of the choreographers, assures that it's something new and much edgier. The producers were also planning to create a High School Musical 4. In the 3rd movie, they introduced 3 new characters, Tiara Gold, Jimmy the Rocket Zara, and Donnie Fox. And Adam Markovitz, in his article High School Musical 3 Senior Year, talks about how they were brought in so that the producers could create the start of something new and have High School Musical live on Disney Channel.
Yes.
But they were also worried about the original cast for High School Musical 3, particularly Troy Bolton, who I have with me here.
Yes.
I took the sheet off of him. Yeah. He's just standing there.
You're my hero.
Adam Markovitz goes on in his article to say how the producers were worried if Zach would be able to get his head in the game and be a part of the 3rd movie. But Zach said he would never miss, he loves being a part of it. And then I just kind of put him down.
Like what?
He's one of many characters that you already know. What about the people behind the scene? Peter Barsacchini is the writer of High School Musical, and I admire him very much. But not as much as I admire Kenny Ortega, director and choreographer.
Kenny!
And then I had a picture of him, and he's here along with Bonnie Story and Charles Clow, also known as Chucky, 2 other choreographers of the movie. Chucky can actually be seen in some of the dance numbers in the movie. And in this picture, they won the award for outstanding choreography for High School Musical. Now the set for High School Musical. In the movie, it takes place in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but East High School, where they filmed it, is actually in Salt Lake City, Utah, according to an article called Location. The 1st and 3rd movie both take place here, and the beginning of the 2nd movie as well. The 2nd movie mostly takes place at Lava Springs Country Club, but according to the location article, it's actually called the Inn Entrada in St. George, Utah.
Utah.
So now you know who was a part of it and where it took place. But what about the people that watched it? All the success. High School Musical, the 1st one, is the most watched movie on Disney Channel.
Yeah,
Thomas Arnold's article, High School Musical Bust a Move, talks about how there were 34 million views in just the first 10 showings of the movie. And for all the times that it's been on Disney Channel, there's been over 160 million viewers. High School Musical 2 also bopped to the top to be the most watched premiere on Disney Channel. Michael Segredo, who I mentioned earlier, stated that there were 18 million views in just the premiere. And since it was so popular, High School Musical 3 had to be made in theaters. High School Musical 3 is a work of art itself.
Yeah, it is. Preach.
And Dean Goodman wrote in his article, High School Musical Tops Box Office, that High School Musical 3 sold $42 million worth of tickets in just the first 3 days being in theaters. This is more than any musical in history. And High School Musical 3, for the whole time it's been in theaters, has made more money than any musical in history until this past year when Les Mis came out.
Wow.
But it holds a strong second.
Yeah, it does.
High School Musical 1 DVD is the fastest-selling television film in history. It still holds the record. So it's very successful. And the High School Musical movies are more than they seem on the outside. We looked at the inspiration for why they created it, who was a part of it and where they filmed it, and the success from each of the movies has helped all of you grasp a better understanding of them. You also know why High School Musical is my favorite movie, and it's not just for little kids. As Troy Bolton said, hey, look at me, right at me. The first time we sang together, remember? Like kindergarten.
Yes! You win, Annika. You're a legend. You're a legend. I love you.
And my name's on the board for best speaker.
Winner.